Today we're going to learn how to make iced tea. Sounds very simple and straightforward, and it really is. But there are a few different methods that you can use, as well as a few tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you that I like to use at home. So method number one is to make a hot brew, to boil your tea and to chill it. Sounds very straightforward. If you're using loose leaf, you simply take 2 grams of tea per 6 to 8 ounces of fluid, boiling water, and you're going to steep according to the instructions of the tea that you've purchased. With a tea bag, you're going to use 1 tea bag per 6 to 8 ounces of hot or boiling water. Steep again according to the instructions on your package, and then pop it in the fridge. Now, if you like to sweeten your teas, if you like your iced teas a little bit sweeter, and I personally do, you can sweeten it before you actually put it into the fridge because you want the flavors to really integrate. You can sweeten using regular sugar, honey, agave, throw in a little bit of citrus, maybe a couple of sprigs of mint, and off you go. So that would be the method for those of you out there that are a little bit more patient than I would be. I personally like to use the exact same method that I just described, except that I create a concentrate. So rather than use the regular instructions on my package, I'll double the dosage to end up with a stronger brew, and then I'll dilute that entire brew with a pile of ice cubes. I like to add fruit juice to mine. So not only do I have the delicious flavors of my tea, I've got the additional fruit juice characteristics or flavors. In that case, I probably would leave that sugar and honey out, and I don't have to wait for that tea to get chilled. The second method I want to talk to you about is cold brew. And as the name suggests, it simply means brewing your tea in cold water. If you're going to use loose leaf tea, I recommend 2 teaspoons per 6 to 8 ounces. And if you're going to use tea bags, I would suggest 3 to 4 tea bags per liter of water. You're using cold water. You're going to put your tea and water into a pitcher, let it sit for about 30 minutes, pop it in the fridge overnight, and come back to it the next day. Delicious. So tips and tricks. These are some of the things that I like to do at home. You can sweeten your tea using a number of different methods. You can use regular sugar, white or brown. You can make a simple syrup, which is equal parts sugar melted into an equal amount of water. I like to garnish my tea with fruits, usually according to whatever flavor it is that I've made. I love nothing more than citrus and mint inside of my tea, not just because it tastes delicious, but also because it's pretty. The other method that I like to use, just to add that extra little flavor and interest to my teas, is to brew my tea and dilute it, as well as chill it, by simply adding some fruit juice to it. Which fruit juice? Completely up to you. I've used combinations of fruit juices. I've used pure cranberry, pure orange, and one of my favorites is always my go-to, which is lemonade. Not too sweet, but it gets that citrus back in again for me. Tip number 3 within my tips of how to make your iced tea a little bit more interesting is to make ice cubes out of your tea. That's right. Very easy, sounds fancy, your guests are gonna love it. All you have to do is take that tea, pour it into an ice tray, and now serve your iced tea over those ice cubes. Not only is it beautiful, but you're also not going to dilute the beautiful tea that you've made further with regular water-made ice cubes.